The Nepean Housing Corp has contracted us to repair 5 walkways for them. It's a great opportunity to do some tutorials and explanations, some things, highlights of the different skills involved in interlock repair, as well as different things to watch out for. So first things first, we should ask the question, why are we here? Let's see this. Okay, first of all, right here we're at about 9 inches, a little under 9 inches of a step, and if we stroll our way over this way, wow, that's a lot there. I can't even count that high. Ontario Building Code says about 8.25 inches is the maximum height for a step. So obviously this step isn't the code. That needs to be fixed. It's a safety issue. As well, it's just uneven along. It's unsightly. Even if the step was a little bit past code, people might not worry, but because it's uneven and shifting, that's a problem. As well, you can see it's eroding underneath the step. Whoever built this step didn't backfill it properly. So what we'll do is we'll backfill it correctly. We might put some erosion fabric in there to ensure that it doesn't fall down. Another thing we're seeing is what's called creep. It's creeping this way, it's creeping that way. That's when the pavers move out. They move out, and all of a sudden they're not being tightly squeezed together and not interlocking anymore. Each one can pop up and down really easily, up and down. So we see sinking. That's partially due to the erosion here, but partly it's due to the fact that there's no snap edge, rigid edge restraint, any edge restraint of any kind holding it in. For interlock, you always need to have edge restraint, which we can just see nothing there. There's nothing holding it in. Pick up each block as well. Another thing that's happening here, it's just dirt and weeds in between. There's no polymeric sand left, it's all eroded. Possibly was never in there. So when we reinstall everything, we'll use polymeric sand. What are we gonna do to remedy the situation? Well, it's called a pickup and relay. We're gonna take every block out. As you can see, we have dirt growing and weeds growing. We're gonna scrape all the dirt out, get down to the original granular base materials, make sure everything's compacted nicely. Then because we have such a, like I said, such a large area here, backfill underneath, make sure there's no more erosion underneath there. We're gonna fill in. You see we have, probably we'll go for we're at just over 8.5 here. We're gonna go for a 7-inch step. So we'll fill in with a couple inches of granular A material, raise it up a bit. We will compact that, granular material, put our bedding layer of limestone screenings down, reinstall all our pavers, put new snap edge all the way around, and finish by compacting in the sand. Once that's done, it'll be done. So we'll have a nice smooth transition up to the step here. We will not have any hazardous tripping, sinking, popped up block situations like this. That's no good. Everything will be smooth. Ants. See some ant things going on. We'll scrape down, make sure we get all those ant hills out. Flip any broken bricks that are in upside down like that. Looks like it maybe caught a mower edge. And then finally we'll bring in some fresh topsoil, some grass seed, smooth everything over so there's no hazard as we raise this back to its original height. The ground's also settled around here, so we'll raise that up too. That's pretty much how you do an interlock repair. So this brick was put in upside down, and it's popped up a bit, looks like it caught a mower edge. I can tell it's upside down because it has these little spacers. They're always at the bottom, and then if you look at the upside here, top, this is a nice bevel contour around there. Nice finished surface. This is obviously not a finished surface with those spacers in here to provide the space for the sand. We'll just flip it around. It should still be good. It'll be a little dirty, but it'll be at least a nice finished surface. Something you have to specialize in. People ask us a lot is how do you keep things organized and patterned, how do you not lose blocks. With a walkway like this, it's made in what is called herringbone style, where I don't know why it's called herringbone. I think it's supposed to look like a herring's bones, like a fish. So this is pretty simple. We're just going to photograph it, and we will lay the majority of it out just stacked, where in other kinds of patterns, we have to keep it in pattern. What we will do, however, is keep all these cuts all around the perimeter. These have all been specially cut in. Keep those organized so that we don't lose a single one of them. We'll lay them out like a puzzle. We take one piece, 2 pieces at a time, lay them out on the grass beside here, like a puzzle. No one's allowed to touch them. If someone kicks one over, we put it back immediately. We can retain the existing blocks. Because even if we were to bring in a new block, it wouldn't match quite right. Even if it was a red or a gray paver, it would be slightly off just because of fading over the years. And so we always want to make sure we take great care to keep everything in its proper order, just piece by piece by piece. That way we will ensure that we don't lose anything. We don't need to go buy more blocks. That saves the customers money, saves us time, which is money, and that ensures that everything fits back together nicely. If this was a different pattern, like I said, something modular, or just a really small area, sometimes the bricks wear funny over time, and so we will always just take that small section out really nicely, keep it in pattern, even if it is something simple. But for a larger area like this section here, we just stack it, make sure we take a photo of the transition here, transition there, keep that so that we can put it back together nicely. Notice I use the words bricks or pavers. Bricks is slang, pavers is what these actually are. These are often called bricks because they look just like bricks, but the correct term, correct technical term is